All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of Guard Capital. Glad to be with you this morning and every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on our YouTube channel. It is Friday, December 22nd, 2023. Full day in the stock market, even though it is the last day before Christmas. Christmas falls on a Monday, so this will be our last Morning Note until Tuesday. So no Morning Note on Monday, but I will get a video out to you guys this weekend recapping the week. So turn on notifications so you don't miss anything, and we'll go from there. Glad to see you guys. Good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. Dow futures down 62. Most of that is Nike. Nike is on the Dow. So Nike reported earnings. Last I checked, they were down about 11% pre-market on weak guidance, but they beat on the top, bottom line, and on gross margins, and on China sales. So I was talking about Nike to one of our students through DMs. Again, any masterclass students that have any questions, feel free to DM me, or if you're on the server itself on Discord, my DMs are always open. Let's chop it up. Let's talk. I'll answer your questions to the best of my abilities. We were talking about Nike back in 2022, December, and we were talking about back then that they were sandbagging, meaning that they brought down the expectations or the guidance at the same time, and then the stock actually went higher. So let me go ahead and illustrate that rather quickly. Before we get any questions, I am a Nike shareholder, and you could see that we did pass this gap fill of 116. We're now at 107. So you could see right here, this is kind of the level that we're at. We have one giant gap to fill here at 90. I don't think we get there. So we may just have around 100 to 104 as support. The last time that we had earnings in that same period, look at this drop here into December, and then we gapped higher and continue to move along. We also had the same similar approach here in September when we had the weaker guidance as well. So I want to show you a piece of data here. Let's see if I can bring this up. Nike tends to fade intraday following earnings, says Bank of America. And you could see every EPS day other than June 2021, it tends to fall. So we're going to keep an eye on Nike. I think there's some value there, especially if it's getting beaten down today in a bull market. So we're going to keep an eye on that for the future. But as of right now, let's kind of do the 3-day rule. We'll wait around and see where we go. Again, you know me, I'm a huge Nike fan. I love their sneakers. But I'm not going to lie. I hope this stock move really works, really kind of informs Nike and the shareholders about the sneakers app. Because, yo, man, we need to get more access to great sneakers, man. Can't just, only have a couple of pairs either. I wanted to get those Kobe Grinches, the red ones. The red Grinches, excuse me. Nasdaq futures about a quarter point. We were at 17,000. That's a key level that I'm watching. Nearly the retrace from Wednesday's fat finger or weird fall that we had based on those SPX puts that rallied the market down. We're only 73 points away from all-time highs on Nasdaq. We're only 24 points away from S&P futures all-time highs. And like we said, all these dips are to be bought until January. That's really what we're seeing. Depending on how December closes is how we're going to see January. So again, if December is gangbusters and we're soaring, prepare for a pullback into January from some overbought conditions is what I'm expecting. If we sell off a little bit here on S&P going into the new year, again, the Santa rally, we talked about that yesterday on the video, on the Morning Note. Make sure to take a look at that. Then we'll actually we will base our trading accordingly to December. So just want to really reiterate that point at this juncture, at least for now, all dips are to be bought in my opinion. And so far it is working out. Other than the options market. Option market, I mean, I got kind of crushed, but hey, we're not dead yet. We still have Friday, which is today. And we also have a 10 a.m. Consumer confidence report from the University of Michigan. Back to it. Good morning. Good morning. Are you putting out the annual Stock Pick podcast? Yes, I am. I will be doing that. So depending on this weekend or next weekend, I'll get that all set up for you guys and send that out on YouTube, so you guys won't miss it. 4807 S&P, 4808 was the previous all-time high. I believe we break that. We just need one little piece. We need that consumer confidence report to be better than expected, and I think we'll ignite higher. I expect us to be above 4830 S&P by the end of today. I think we end the week on a really solid note. Everyone's happy going into Christmas, consumer confidence, sentiment, all that good stuff. We also had core PCE come down as well. Personal income up 0.4% versus the previous estimate of 0.2. That's the estimate, excuse me. The previous was 0.4. So that's actually a meet, excuse me. That met expectations 0.4. 0.2 was previous. Personal spending 0.2 versus 0.2. Again, met expectations. PCE, PCE is personal expenditures. Excuse me. Down 0.1% versus 0.0%. So again, a little bit of deflation here. So the headline number came in better than expected. The year-over-year number came in at 2.6. The core personal consumption expenditures 3.2% on a core basis. That beats 3.3. And then the core month-over-month AAA auto and gas is 0.1%, beats 0.2%. First monthly decline on headline since April 2020. Lowest annual core since Feb 2021. Also, the PCE deflator 0.1% versus the 0.0. PCE inflation is up 1.87% at an annual rate the past 6 months. So between used car and truck prices and housing rents, there is room for inflation to remain benign. So technically speaking, the past 6 months, the Fed has hit their target. That's why the expectation is in March that we're going to get a rate cut. That's what the market is pricing in. Personally, I don't think that we will, but we will see what happens. Durable goods orders beat 5.4% versus the estimate of 2.3%, 0.5% on excluding transportation. Cap good orders 0.8% beats 0.1%. So again, we're getting demand even with rates being where they are. So that's actually pretty good and a good levels to see. As we can see, the S&P is testing those previous all-time highs. 10-year Treasury yield. Okay, this one's going to be a fun one. This is the 10-year Treasury yield. Yes? And you're probably thinking to yourself, what about it? What's so important about it? You starting to notice something? Here's the 1st of January. You are now flat year to date on the 10-year Treasury yields. Flat. So let's go ahead and take a look at TLT since then. 2023, still got more to go. Still got that air pocket here at 108. So TLT, that was one of the top 10 stocks of 2023. Let's see if we get a little more juice to round out the year. Here's a better chart of that move. This is flat for the year on the 10-year Treasury yield. Pretty crazy. It's like nothing ever, like nothing happened, let's just say. Crude oil is up 1%, gasoline up 1.5%. Gold is up today, 1.44%. 2081, silver 2482, that's up 1%. Copper getting close to that $4 level. Euro dollar up 24 pips, 110.37, 141.93, down 16 pips, $4 yen. Dollar Canadian dollar 25 pips down, 132.59. Pound dollar up 50. Bitcoin is down slightly, 43,775. 23.27 for Ethereum, up 3.65%. Everyone needs to keep an eye on crypto for this reason. Riot is another Bitcoin proxy. They just golden crossed the 50 DMA above the 200-day. We talked about Mara. They golden crossed this month as well. We've been trading that for a minute. And now it's at 25.93. We are about to hit the gap fill of 26.09. If we break above that, guys, you have about 31 to around 32.49 as the next level. But more than likely, I would assume that we're going to get some kind of breather from Mara. So we'll keep an eye and see if we can ride that. But again, Mara has been a great stock for us to trade all year. So props to Mara and props to Bitcoin. All right, let's go ahead and answer some questions, team. I'm getting warm here. The coffee. Whew. Apple 200 calls. Oof. Okay, so I have the Apple 200 calls open, and I kind of went over what we have open and everything. So I'll do the radio broadcast on the Discord with everybody after I get off this video. So let's go ahead and take a look at Apple. Listen, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This one is going to need a miracle. I have the 200 calls. We would need a $5 move today, which is possible but not likely. So at this point, I'm just looking for any kind of move with that consumer confidence report moving forward so we can at least salvage something. So we need a Hail Mary throw to win this trade, and it's going to be tough. And it's been just nothing but headlines with Apple regarding this damn watch and the patents. It's been an absolute pain in the rear end, but that's the reality, and it sucks. And it really pisses me off because I don't like losing, especially for my team. You know, one thing is I lose, I'll eat it, but not my team. My team does not deserve to lose any trade. That's not what they pay for. That's not why you're here. So again, I take it extremely personally when Apple or any kind of option that I signal does not work out. So what does that mean? We got to look at what are the other opportunities out there. At least Apple is holding some kind of support here at around 194. But for now, we're just going to have to wait and see, unfortunately. And you're welcome. IWM, let's look at it. IWM above 203, that's your 50% retrace. Big level. That's what we need to go. We're at $200 now, 271. So place the alert at 203.62. Again, you know me. Just want to reiterate this point. Small caps IWM will be in the top 10 stocks of 2024. Just want to reiterate that. Small caps. We want to focus on small caps next year. We're going to look for some kind of rotation. Nothing against Nasdaq and the big boys, but hey, they had their time in the sun in 2023. Let's get back to basics and find some value out there. Names like Pfizer, names like IWM. It's going to be a really great video. I can't wait to do it. We'll get you the list first, and then we'll do the video. How's that? We'll do it on Instagram. I'll post it on the actual blog as well. So should be a fun video. End of the year is always fun. You're welcome. Carvana. Carvana looks like it wants to squeeze higher. I was looking at that the other day. It did pop higher. We're at 59.50 now. Let's see where that is in the context of everything. You do have 62.98 as the previous high, but it is a breakout. There's no doubt. The problem is that there's no real gaps to fill. So you're probably looking at, if you're looking for a target, maybe 125. I know, slow down. But if we were looking for some kind of level 2 target on a name, a high beta name like Carvana, which I wouldn't want to own, I would only want to trade, 120 is a possibility. 120 is a possibility, but I wouldn't put my hopes on it happening anytime soon. So what we can do is kind of use 55 as a support for Carvana on the 1 hour, 62.59 is the highs. If it breaks, let's take a look at volume and see if we can trade it. I have no problem trading Carvana. We've done it before. What do you think about technicals for Palantir? Forecast for end of the year. I still say that we're going to go higher in terms of the stock market, yes, as we round out the year. The problem with Palantir is that it's stuck in a damn range. So we need to get above 18.13 really so we can target 19. So that's really the only thing that I can see is that best case scenario we get above 18.13 by the end of the year, if not 18.50. But all we are is ping-ponging here. And again, Palantir has been great. I'm not going to get too upset. But as of right now, it's just choppy city. Boeing, if you guys remember yesterday, we talked about it. Talk about that wick getting out. I think hit 70%. Well done for Masterclass and radio members. But 267.36 on Boeing. I still like it moving forward, guys. Nothing has really changed. The fact is just that it's kind of just sideways action here. So we'll keep it in our back pocket moving forward on Boeing. It's been on the watch list many times, but I still like Boeing moving forward. Can we chart BABA? Absolutely. Maybe the Chinese stocks next year for 2024? Possibility. BABA will be a tough one, obviously. There was some news regarding Chinese stocks, regarding their gaming and some legislation in China. It's going to be tough for Alibaba. If we're looking for any kind of possibility, we're going to have to get above 80 and then target 85. There's a gap filler. That's really it. Other than that, it's tough sledding. It's going to be very tough. And the reason I say that is that at least in the United States, there is some kind of regulation in terms of stocks. But in China, we don't know what the hell the rules are over there. And anything can change. So, when you're risking money on a Chinese company, it's tough. It really is. And again, I like emerging markets as well as the dollar is going to go down. We talked about that for the top 10 stocks of 2023. The dollar is falling and breaking down. But Alibaba's a tough one just for the fact that there's so much regulation and red tape in terms of China. Things change so quickly in regards to their economics. So it's a little bit of a pain to deal with it. Let's be real. The dollar. This is what we're looking for. $100.82. 100.82. We broke below 101.77, which I spoke about yesterday on the blog. That was the December lows. We broke below it. If we expect Santa to come, the Santa rally starting today, technically speaking, 100.82. That's the low from April. That's the low from February. If we slice that, you got 99. And if we hit 99 on the dollar, expect stocks to go higher, team. Period. End of discussion. That's really it. Google calls. I'm going to put GOOG just for the fact that's the one I use. Again, above 144.27, you could target the 146s to 150s if you wanted to. You got the high here of 152.10. So 144 and a quarter, a break above that, that would be a breakout on the daily. That's what I would be looking for continuation. MU. Micron needs 86.65. We're pretty close to it. And if that does happen, you're looking for the 90 calls, maybe the 88s or 89s, depending on volume, but you got as high as 98.45 because that's the next Fibonacci level above, right? The 23.6 fib at 86.85. Nice move according to earnings. That helped the semiconductors. Yes, I still have AMD, and AMD is so close. Boy, does it want it. I think it wants to break out today. Let's see. MU 90 calls. Again, I didn't see the volume on those 90s. Remember, next week is a short week. The week after that is another short week, Christmas and New Year's. So that's time you're paying for. That's that premium. If we have a choppy next 2 weeks, your calls are going to get smoked. If anything, take a look for January. Maybe January 15th or whatever that Friday is, the second Friday of January. Maybe look for that in terms of volume instead of for next week or the week after. Just for the fact that we may just chop around. That's a possibility. Keep in mind, guys, we were looking great the whole time this whole week, right? Let's take a look at it rather quickly. Look at the 15-minute chart. Hey, chugging along, expecting Santa rally, anything could happen. It's not even our fault. It ain't your fault. It was just what happened. 800,000 worth of contracts on SPX puts. That's what you get. Now we're about to retrace the whole move. Looks like it anyways. In order to retrace the move, we need to get to 475. So if we get there, it's like Wednesday never happened. But again, all this is what I call Murphy's Law. What can happen will happen. So I apologize, Terry, regarding the MU calls. Maybe the best bet is to give yourself some time so this kind of crap doesn't happen to you. And this sucks. I stare at this. I've been staring at it now the past 2 days, and I'm just like, not even anyone's fault. It just happens. It just rains, but we all get affected. So the idea now is that to keep in mind that anything can and could happen. Remember that. We still don't have control of the market. All we can do is report and analyze, but we have zero control. Let's be real. So that's where we are. Frustrating stock. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Let's see. Anything else this morning? MS calls. Yeah. JPM has been great too. I do have banks. Let's see. Let me get to the 2-year here. Yeah, 90, what is it? MS calls right here to 95. We're at 93. Let's take a look at the ball when we open. And again, I do like the banks, but we're going to have to buy time, guys. It's just tough sledding when you have 2 short weeks in the holidays, Christmas and New Year's. And this year, when it came to short weeks, not the best. The last time we traded a short week was Thanksgiving. I had QQQ puts on a reversal daily candle on lower volume. Every reason to fall, even overbought conditions, didn't matter. We soared. That's what happens, man. And that's why I don't want that to happen again to you guys. High volume on SPY calls for 480s, December 29. I believe it. Absolutely. I think we retrace this whole move. Absolutely. It'll be like Wednesday never happened. It's a buy the dip market right now. In terms of SPY, I'd rather do futures personally because I have more control. But the SPY 480s, I could see it, but for December 29, that's tough sledding. I mean, if you catch it, it would be like the reverse effect of that SPX short that we saw on Wednesday that created the cascade effect in the market. That kind of move, let's say if that guy or somebody, big whale, bought 800,000 SPX contracts for 480 or SPY contracts at 480, that's going to probably move the market. So let's see the volume this morning. Again, futures are relatively kind of calm, other than Nike, which is hurting the Dow, but Nasdaq and S&P up. Tesla was price upgraded. Come on, give us a little more. 10 a.m., we're going to have that consumer confidence report. Could that be that spark to really get us higher and squeeze higher? Boy, that would be amazing. I will be here to see it. I do have Mara runners still running. I don't know if anyone else is, but I'm watching that very carefully. So again, as always, I will be on the market blog on Discord. Any questions, please, guys, the information in the description box below to get access to our live market blog. It's free for everybody. It is on Discord. Would love to have you on board. Hey, you're very welcome, Jay. Just want to wish everybody here a very Merry Christmas. And I hope you guys have a great time with your family. Hope you guys get all the gifts that you want. And I hope you guys enjoy some football this weekend as well. I will see you for the weekend video recapping the week, but live video will not be until Tuesday. So everyone have a great Christmas, and we will see you on Tuesday. Have a great one, guys. Cheers.